Good morning. My name is Josh Grenzsund. I'm here to present my final project. I recently, in the last 8 months, was promoted to Director of Business Development, and my company went through a merger at the same time. And so this class and this project came at a perfect time for me to actually look at real data for the merged entity, do some visualization and analysis. And so that's the project I took on. The question I had was basically looking at do our opportunities and contracts create the backlog we need for about $80 million in revenue. And the first challenge I had in the data was actually harvesting from two separate ERPs. Is Deltek on both sides, same program, same version. But the challenge I ran into initially was around these three data points I was trying to get out of those two systems: remaining unbilled value, work order, contract value of each work order that comes in, and year-to-date revenue on a client basis. I was used to getting that data in the system I was using, but I had to get remote access and work with the CFO at the other legacy organization. And we soon found out that the customization along the way and the use of the actual database in the fields is different. So we had to do some unique queries and some processing in Excel to actually get some of the data we needed aligned in a unified format. The sketch I ended up with through my initial concept, as I was still harvesting that data, had this business question: do our opportunities and contracts create the backlog needed for $80 million in annual revenue? And the KPIs that I pulled out are the opportunities. How much contract value are we pursuing? The backlog, how much do we have contracted that we have not billed yet or have in work in progress? And the actual revenue we've realized. I also used the regions. We have 4 regions, and looked at our hit rate and wanted to visualize the median value, both of the opportunities. What are we saying we want to win, and the actual contracts that we do win, and seeing if there's an opportunity to improve our performance in either of those areas. So I ran into problems immediately after there was the challenges of getting the data. But then when I tried to first run a visualization, the first time I dragged data over, it was 70 minutes to execute that query. So I knew that I had a problem. Part of that was probably based around that I had 53,000 individual line items associated with contracts, because I was trying to do backlog and revenue and opportunities over a time series. And so I took away that part of the visualization, kept paring things down, and where I ended up actually was a pretty simple data set. I also had a big problem with potential value. Tableau was reporting back a sum that was off by a factor of 18 instead of $238 million in potential revenue. It was reporting that we had 5.2 billion. So by taking data away and tables away, I was able to get down to this honed in data set. And here's my actual dashboard. I ended up changing the question: which offices and regions are filling our opportunities pipeline? And I was able to display the employees, opportunities, total value, median value, the map of the states and office locations, color-coded by region. And for interactivity and insights, I built this over here where users can hover over a region and get an insight into the number of individuals who are actually pursuing and winning work. It's not total employees, because there's staff delivering the work who don't pursue work. The opportunities, a number of opportunities, the value, and the median value, as well as the visualization of the region and the offices and states in that region. One of the example of an insight is up here, Anchorage, just being able to look at the real numbers of that total value opportunity and the median value and really have a conversation, because this is an example of a standout, $87 million in potential value. The next one is Billings, dropping down to 27 million. And really getting, looking at comparing the median values and the number of individuals pursuing that work and the number of opportunities represented. And another relative insight would be Salem, a much smaller office as far as the number of people pursuing work, fewer opportunities, but a total value almost on par with Billings, with half the number of opportunities represented a much higher median value. So a lot of insights to be gained, and a lot of conversations that I actually look forward to having with my fellow chief officers in discussing what we should do with these insights. Look forward to your comments and responses. Thank you.